Guys, it's time to celebrate. Why? Because Sam Bankman-Fried, he going to jail. He going to jail for good. Yes, this is not he might be going to jail, or maybe he'll go to jail, or maybe his political cronies will pull him out. But no, the judge has ruled that he is going to jail for witness tampering. How long he will stay there, I don't really know. But this should give people a little bit more confidence in the justice system for crypto. As we see, SBF is going to jail for witness tampering. A federal judge revoked the bail. That's right, he got bail. But you know what? He screwed it up. He could have stayed comfortably at home in his parents' basement, living a luxurious life, had he not used a VPN to watch the Super Bowl and been too obsessed with League of Legends. I heard that he's like an iron or wood class player though, and he's a troll. So that should give him extra jail time. And of course, they argued that the gag order will not be sufficient given Bankman-Fried's repeated towing of the line. That's right, people. Sam Bankman-Fried is screwed. Very, very screwed. SBF, the alleged crypto grifter, is about to learn which of the two profoundly divergent paths he'll take on the road to trial. But of course, we already know, because the judge is getting tired of him basically interjecting his tentacles and everything, trying to influence people. So the judge is like, bitch, you going to jail. And he actually went to jail. This also breaks apart the theory that, oh man, his political donations can protect him from going to jail, because nothing can protect him from going to jail. And, you know, based on what we've seen, and how he acted in that Bahamas jail, even though he was given a cell with a working toilet so he didn't have to scoop up his own crap, and by the fact that he was given vegetarian food, he couldn't last 2 weeks in there. So he might just go insane and maybe commit seppuku while he's in there. But you know what? That's going to spur up a lot of theories as well. If he does end up dying in jail, he's going to be like, oh, they suicided him. But I actually wouldn't believe that, because I think a pretty boy like SBF won't make it in jail, even if they give him a nice cell, because he will go insane since he can't play League of Legends. And he actually can't tweet on social media, because I'm pretty sure no matter how nice the jail is, they won't give him a laptop and internet access while he's incarcerated. Otherwise, that would be a complete joke. I've never heard of League in jail. Maybe they'll play League tournaments in jail where the loser gets 10 lashes. I would actually be in favor of that for SBF, because then he would have to win those League of Legends games or get lashes, so he couldn't troll or do stupid stuff. But anyways, this actually should bolster people's confidence in the crypto system, because I mean, like, this honestly goes to show you that, like, yes, justice does actually apply to everyone. Maybe not the same to everyone. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely like different tiers of the justice system, but at least even the rich and powerful go to jail. Now, SBF isn't one of the like super rich and powerful, because he's like new money. He's not old money. Like, the old money obviously is going to have like certain benefits that new money doesn't have. But remember, Bernie Madoff went to jail. Elizabeth Holmes went to jail. So I don't actually think it's that much of a coincidence that SBF actually went to jail, because those guys probably made plenty of political donations as well. Now, there's the question about what about all his confidants and maybe all the political people that could possibly be involved in all this. Like, will Gary Gensler go to jail? And I hope that answer is yes, but I think the answer is no. Will any of these people that he donated to, will they have to cough up the money? Some of them have already given back the money, but they have not received over $100 million back. And of course, I'm not really sure if they're going to receive $100 million back. So there's still that question, and I hope that they have to give a lot of the money back. I hope they really trace it, because the more they trace it, the more time he will actually get in jail. If he made a lot of illegal political campaigns, and by the way, he is actually being charged for that campaign finance thing. Like, I don't think they ended up dropping the charge after him, which is good. So things are going very, very bad for SBF, which means things are looking on the up and up for crypto, because I do think this will give people a little bit more confidence in cryptocurrency despite all the rug pulls. Because if you make a giant rug pull like SBF, you will indeed go to the slammer. And I do think most people in crypto will actually be happy about that. Now, this raises a lot of interesting things because Sam Bankman-Fried might have some insider knowledge on insiders. Remember, Gary Gensler was dining and whining and dining SBF just months before SBF fell apart or FTX fell apart. And he must have had like some knowledge, but he chose to ignore it. What was said during that dinner? We don't really know. Will Sam Bankman-Fried now, when he goes crazy in jail, will he spill the beans on Gary Gensler? Maybe. Wouldn't that be something? The SEC chairman going to jail while he's trying to sue everyone else. I think if he went to jail, that would be a massive, massive blow to, I think that would be a massive, massive blow to the SEC's case, seeing how corrupt their chairman was and seeing him carted off to do some time in the slammer. And I kind of hope that actually happens because I do think there was corruption between SBF and Gary Gensler because Gary Gensler was, at least by rumors, trying to help SBF get around certain regulations for FTX. And we all know that was a scam. So yes, if those rumors are true, and I think they are, Gary Gensler was trying to help a scam, and that should disqualify him from SEC commissioner automatically, and he should have to step down and let someone else take his place. I don't really know how much, if any, information Sam Bankman-Fried actually has on the subject about Gary Gensler, but he could definitely have some dirt that could bury Gensler and the SEC's credibility even further. Remember, the SEC's credibility is bad within the crypto world, but it's actually not that bad with the general public. But if it was found out that their chairman was actually helping SBF, and SBF gives the details of corruption and negligence, I think that could actually sink the SEC's chances of winning in this lawsuit for good. And that's really what I'm actually hoping that it will actually do, because we do need something like this to actually sink the SEC, because the SEC has been doing too much hurt to crypto investors worldwide. So very, very good news. I wonder if Gary Gensler's running a cold sweat now because Sam Bankman-Fried has some dirt on him. Because I think it's very possible those two were a little too buddy-buddy for anyone to actually be comfortable. And, you know, like helping a scam artist that's lost billions of dollars getting around regulations and whining and dining him a couple months before it all went kaput, while not actually catching any of his illegal actions that were in plain sight to see. I mean, this was a guy that basically used QuickBooks to do a giant corporation's tax. And he obviously lost a lot of money through the cracks because he just didn't keep track of it. It wouldn't have been that hard for the SEC to review those crypto records and realize, or the DOJ, what Sam Bankman-Fried was doing, but I think they kind of avoided it on purpose because they didn't really want to catch them. That is at least grounds for negligence, if not outright fraud right there by the SEC. So I really hope SBF spills the beans on there. I hope he does have some information. I hope he starts blaming everyone, because SBF is the type of person to squeal immediately. Remember, all his lieutenants basically squealed on him immediately. So in order to get less time, I think there is a very, very good chance that SBF will squeal on the higher-ups if he has information. I've always doubted that SBF actually had any information. I mean, for me, it was always like, yeah, maybe this dude does have some information, but I'm not really sure if he really does. I mean, I think he might, honestly, but it's really, really, it's actually like super, super hard to say. If he has like some real insider information, some dirt on like, you know, politicians or the chairman of the SEC, it might just be like a cordial relationship where he actually like offered some donations, political donations in exchange for people to kind of like, you know, lay off of him. But even that could actually trap Gary Gensler in a web of lies and a web of deception in regard to FTX. Because like Gary Gensler, remember at the hearing, he had a really, really hard time answering any of the questions about FTX. So I really have questions on whether he actually knew something or not. As the SEC commissioner, he definitely had more information than the rest of us on SBF. And the thing is, like, if SBF actually tells all, or if he has information, I do think it will come out in the next few weeks. And if there's a criminal trial for Gary Gensler based on testimony from SBF and maybe some of even the other FTX execs, that would definitely tank the SEC's credibility. And I think that would ultimately lose them the Coinbase case, the Binance case, and everything else. Because if a criminal accuses another criminal of criminal actions, and they're dynamically opposed to each other, I think said criminal's case is going to be much, much weaker than it was. So this could actually be a big boon for a lot of altcoins, because if the guy that's suing you is completely discredited in the public eyes, then I think the courts will be affected as well. And I do think all these lawsuits will actually get dismissed, because judges, even though they may not be, they are supposed to actually ignore these things, they're humans as well. And I don't think they'll actually fully ignore the implications if an SEC commissioner that's suing everyone is put to the slammers. So let's all hope and pray that Sam Bankman-Fried actually has some dirt that he will spill on Gary Gensler about their close-knit relationship. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.